Howdy y'all, and welcome to Lac Lives. Ooh. I think it's time we play a little, I remembered, hey. A little Minecraft. That's weird. Why would, I don't know. I play a couple different versions through the Minecraft launcher, and the Minecraft launcher cannot remember from version to version what my sound settings are. And so every time I come back, it's set to max. And, you know, my last episode there was the April Fool's episode. And apparently it remembered my sound settings between the April Fool's episode and this one. Weird. Alright. So, today I thought we could probably start... Well, not start, but do some work on the castle, the old tower. I've got some work done, not a lot. I was trying to figure out exactly how I wanted it to line up with everything else. I've tried this this shape here. I didn't want just round, and so it is a little more oblong, I guess, than the rest of it. But I thought this was a good start. I also put together some new armor. I went ahead and went out to my enchanting place and enchanted me out some good stuff. So that should work out pretty good. I'm not sure this is big enough. Like, it looks huge when I'm looking at it for what I have in mind, but it looks tiny compared to this thing here. I wonder if it shouldn't like, I don't want it to come out too much farther because I got that window there. I mean, I guess I could cover that window over. I don't know. It's gonna wind up being 2 more blocks this way, so it's going to be from this point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. So it's 17 blocks wide. And now the wings going that way are going to be way bigger than that, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's only 12 blocks for that, so it is bigger than one side chunk here. It's also going to come right out to the window because, right, everything's got to be 3 blocks around here. So let me lay out a little area here so I can see where this is at. Well, not that you get a choice, I guess. But, alright, and then you come over one like that. I don't think it actually would be here, would it? Well, it is over for the rest of that. It might be like that, though. I might need to... do something like that. That might make it actually look big enough. That's probably better. That looks tiny. It's gonna be huge though when I start filling in the inside of it. So I don't know. I want it to be kind of a like an old stone tower, like the new part, the entry hall, right? That's built later, so it looks nicer, made out of different materials, and you know, But this over here is going to be old stone tower, and so we need to get rid of some of this stuff. I need to use some of this dirt to fill in these holes and get this stuff all arranged. And then I'm gonna need some cobblestone, some smooth stone. I'm gonna need some gravel probably. Let's see what we got in here. I've got stone on me. Oh, some andesite maybe. Actually, some raw andesite would be awesome. I might have to head over and make some more andesite. There's some stone, some cobblestone. I don't think we'll need stone bricks, will we? Maybe? I guess let's just go ahead and grab those two while we're at it. We'll see what we can come up with. I definitely don't need any coal ore. I got a lot of coal ore for some reason. Oh, you know what? I was down mining in my my caves, and I came up with that. Actually, you know, some stairs wouldn't be half bad either, because you can make some cracks in the wall and stuff with that, since we want it to be old and falling apart. Yeah, that's my brain just shut completely down right there. The April Fool's patch there was pretty fun. I'm surprised at how much work they put into those sometimes. My favorite was I think my favorite was when they added in like the Jeb sheep and stuff. And this one's a little trickier because, you know, some of the people that I talk to aren't really on the whole up and up of how to switch versions of Minecraft. And so, you know, they don't... First they didn't get to see it, then they did get to see it when they called and I explained to them how to do it, and then they couldn't figure out how to get back out of it. Because, you know, I had to... My one profile that I normally use on here, I call it the newest snapshot. Hey! What happened here? Why are there two of you? I thought you had to have like massive amounts of villagers. Do you guys have massive amounts of villagers in here? What's going on in here? Oh, what is going on in here? Who needs a farmer? You. What is going on with Collision today? Come on. I'm trying to move the door behind him. Hey! We want to get this guy over here by the field. Not you. You, dude, farmer. Look at that completely ready to go wheat field. Instead of doing your job, you're out here playing with the fence. What are you, armor? What are you? Really? An armor and an armor? I feel like there are more guys in here than there should be. Armor. Smith. I had two farmers. Where'd the other one go? And why aren't you doing your job? Oh, you did one. Oh, a shepherd. You're new. Okay, here's the deal. I need some of you guys out there. Go. Get going. Get out there. Just too many villagers in here for me to work with. You go. Well, that's what you want anyways. Isn't that what you want? I can't keep you guys in here when I'm trying to keep you in here, and now I want you to go. Nobody wants to leave. Get out. Get out. I can't see. I'm trapped inside a weaponsmith. What are you? Toolsmith. What are you? Farmer. Okay, I need you to stay. Oh, yeah, it goes right there. Does it go right there? That doesn't seem right. It goes right there. You know, and what gets really stupid with these guys is that they stand up here even though it's nighttime instead of going to find buildings. And then they get turned into zombies and stuff. Anyways, I totally didn't go grab the stuff from the chest I was going to. I got distracted by villagers. Ugh. Yeah, we, oh, man. So, I'm on finger quote vacation right now, which means that I thought that chest had way more blocks in it, which means that everybody has to call to want me to do things because nobody calls half the time, probably more than half the time. Nobody calls when you're working. They only call when they can sense you have time off. And yeah, you're just gonna hang out with the zombie, are ya? See him run right up to that zombie? Yeah, nut job. You can get out here too. I sealed off the underneath of the house here and lit it up, so things shouldn't be able to spawn underneath of it anymore. They shouldn't be able to hide underneath of it either, so that's a big help. But anyways, so this week I had a guy call, wanted me to work on his computer, and I did that, and then another guy called, wanted me to work on his computer, and then I had a guy call last week to work on his computer, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? No one has called. Working on people's computer is not my job, but it is something that I do, and no one has called to have their computer worked on in ages. And so, and then suddenly everybody's calling because I'm on vacation. It's just the way it works. Alright, so if we throw down a little andesite maybe, and then some stone with that, and we'll put in some bricks, maybe some, whoops, some mossy cobble. I can't aim. Ooh, mossy cobble is so dark compared to the rest of that. And then we'll put in some nice stone brick there. I kind of want it to look like it is falling apart, right? Alright. And some stone. Maybe a piece of polished andesite in there. I don't know if this is gonna even look nice. We'll have to see. Some stone brick. Okay, I've screwed something up here. Oh, you know what? This was supposed to go back. Whoops. My mistake, my mistake. I just put those down. Why can't I pick them back up? What did I pick up that I suddenly can't pick up my blocks? Weird. So this week, dude, you just tore this down because you needed to go in. So this week we had training. Since we're not having any training sessions for people, then obviously we need to have training sessions for the employees. And so I don't know how mandatory is, because it doesn't seem like as many people show up as I would expect. And okay, and so then this should be another 2 here. And so we had our okay, that's just way too much together there. We had our first batch of... Oh, yeah, see, now this is going to be a little weird here, because this is supposed to be 2 over, so I think we're actually going to have to come out 1 more with this. So, you know, I'm on vacation. I don't want to get dressed up to go to work. And so get out there, and I showed up way early. I was like the first one there. Well, I mean, the office is still open, so I went in the office and asked if they had the materials ready for the next training session yet, and they hadn't even started on it yet, which is awesome. Awesome. I feel like this is supposed to be back here. And so we got that started again because I've already been up there twice on my vacation to talk to them about the fact that we have not started getting together the materials for my next training session. And it's not like a big deal, it's just some software we're going to have. But they hadn't started it yet. And it starts on Monday, which makes things difficult, for sure. And I'm like, hey, you know, you remember when I was in here last week, twice? You remember how I was asking if we had things sorted for the training software? Right, I remember we talked about that. I haven't heard from our materials guy on whether or not you all have decided how we're handling that. Because normally the trainees come to... I'm out too far, aren't I? That dirt threw me off, and I am out too far. This should actually be back here, which means this was fine where it was at in the first place. Dang you, dirt. And they're like, oh yeah, you know what? I haven't heard back from them either, because the materials guy is at our main headquarters. And so, yeah, he hasn't emailed us back about what the plan is. Because I had been just taking the material with me, books or, you know, videos or whatever, depending on what session it was, and they changed how we do that, with the whole restructuring of management that we just went through. Oops. Really? And so, alright, I think this is going to go out one more here. Like that. Alright, now let me see what this looks like. I think that looks okay. I think we're alright at the moment. But so, I don't know, it's pretty ridiculous that it's well, today is not, but earlier this week it was Wednesday, which means we had 2 business days left, because it was after hours Wednesday when we came in to do our training, and they hadn't figured out how or where or what I was supposed to do for this stuff. It irritates me sometimes that they don't get things around together. And all right. And they canceled two other training sessions that I might have had. I wasn't really expecting it because it didn't seem like they were actually going to get people into those, and we just had some mix-ups on dates and things because our understanding and head office's understanding are 2 different things. Okay, you know what? I've got to put in this wall here. I was trying to not necessarily put in the wall, but I can't see what I need to see until this wall is completed. Oh, I got these nice. Alright, so I need some more polished andesite. No, I can't see where the wall is going to match up because of the gap. It's just not coalescing in my head very well here. But yeah, we got all that straightened out, I guess. Well, I got an email today, and so that is all straightened out. I just have to come in on Monday before I head out to the other site. Luckily, my office is on the way. Otherwise, I would have had to drive over there, then drive out to the site, because we couldn't get things arranged this week for some reason. Because why have next week's stuff ready on the day I'm going to be at the office? I mean, obviously, I should need to make an extra trip, right? Right. I need not netherrack. I need granite. Granite. Need some granite. Need it to be daytime too. And then we don't know what our training is going to be. They acted in the email I got like this was something that had been planned out well ahead of time, and that we all should have known what dates to save for training and all this stuff. And I got an email on Monday telling me that on Wednesday we were having mandatory training, and that we were expected to have as many of the trainers as possible to be there for training. And so I think there were like maybe 20 of us, and there's probably like 40 of us. But I mean, what else do you expect for 2 days warning? It's not like we don't have a calendar or something that we could look at. They don't plan ahead. And The trading sessions that I could have had that turned out not to go, which is it sucks, you know, because I was looking forward to putting together a new system and new computer system for my gaming. And if I'd gotten one of the two sessions they canceled, I think that would have been enough to build my new system. And so without those, I don't think I can do a new system. In fact, I'm gonna have to check to see. Um, since I'm not gonna build a whole new system, I might have enough to upgrade my current system then, but we'll have to see. Uh, I haven't sat down and figured it out. I it's I like to budget a year ahead, not like a real budget where I sit down and say spend this much on this and this much on this, but more I plan out how much money I'm gonna have to pay my reoccurring bills and you know, like car insurance and um, you know, rent and stuff like that. And so once I've got that figured out, then I know how many training sessions I have to for a year, within a year, to pay the bills I have to, and then you know anything extra is just nice. And so I'm a little ahead of the game this year right now. Um, and I just got to figure out how much ahead. I actually might just be right on the mark at this point because of a couple of unexpected expenses, like a new dryer. I had to get a new dryer, and that was like $500. And then my car broke down, and that was like $1,000. And so, if those two hadn't happened, I also would have had enough to put in a new computer. But you know, I couldn't take the noise of the dryer anymore. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more stone down here, and then I'm going to step down and take a look at the side of this thing. Alright. I do like the random look I've got going at the moment. That's kind of nice. Okay. Now my thing is that I was trying to figure out if I wanted like a huge door on this place, or if I'm just gonna go with like one little like double door on the side here. And I think I'm just gonna go with the double door, and I'm gonna put it right here. And this will be the entrance. Now if it was a whole complex, like an actual castle, then I would do the huge, you know, portcullis and all that. And I might throw in a little one anyways. Just like maybe put up part of a wall here, you know, being the ruins of the original fortress kind of thing. But yeah, I really do like the way this random blocks is going in. It's pretty nice, in my opinion, anyways. And you know, and then once we get that in, then we can start working on the inside. I imagine the tower is actually going to be slightly taller than this, but I don't want to get too much taller. Well, it's got to be tall enough that we can see the whole area around. So maybe we can figure out how tall that's going to be. But so we get there for the training, right? And nobody even knows what it's about, right? And so one of the other trainers, she actually, I've known her for longer than I had taken some training from her. I think I want just a little higher here. Look at that sand thing out there. I think that's a sand thing. it looks like... Oh, I fell. That time I jumped. So that's about how tall I want to make my tower then. So I gotta build this thing up from the sides here. Or build the sides up that tall, which is gonna be a lot of blocks, but we'll get to it. Anyways, I'm gonna finish my story here about training this week. And so oh man, I had a couple of stories I was gonna tell, and I got so distracted. Oh well, that's normal for me. So we get there for the training, and I'm like chatting with the woman I've known for years, and I'm like, hey, we should go sit in the corner so we can goof off while this is happening, because neither one of us is looking forward to this, right? And because you know they bring in the trainer from headquarters, whose job is to train people, and she's all excited about it, and you know she loves to be chatting with people. And is that like a tree in the water over there? What is that? And you know, that kind of person. It's not really my kind of person. And so she's all bubbly and excited, and she's really excited to show us these things. And um, so she is a tree right on the edge of the water. That's just weird. Why are you here? Oh, I must have planted that? 'Cause you're right next to the secret cave. But so she, you know, she's all excited about training us, and then the woman I was talking to, she sits down two chairs or one chair from the front, and I'm like, this isn't the back corner. She's like, I'm gonna sit here in case I want to sneak out the door. If I can't stand this. I'm like, oh, alright. So we stayed the whole time. Not like we would actually sneak out on training. But yeah, you know what it turned out to be? It was training on software that I have used since they implemented it. Because I like software, and which is why I do training on software and stuff like that. And so she, or you know, so the trainer, she's going over something I already use, and of course, like 85% of the other trainers refuse to use it, even though it's mandatory for us to use this. They still fill all their stuff out by hand and then enter it into the system. Later, when you can actually put it all on the system in the first place, and just have it automatically entered for you, so you don't have to do it, and that's what they want us all to switch to. But I've been using it since the day they implemented it, and so it is not new to me. And so that was our first hour of training. And then, this is awesome, our second hour of training was how to use Google Hangout. Yeah, which is something I use regularly as well. So it was 2 hours. I mean, I get paid for it, but it was 2 hours of wasting my life in the middle of the week on my most busy day. Even during vacation, that was my busiest day. And I didn't get a chance to work on anything of my own the entire day, and no, I didn't. From the time I got up until it hit midnight, I was working on other things besides my stuff. And then about 12:30 a.m. I got to work on my own stuff, so it wasn't such a big deal. But yeah, so it's crazy. I hate being trained on that software because, like I said, I've been using it since the day they implemented it, and we have training on it almost every time we have a training session for the employees. We get training on this software that I already know how to use. All right, well, I'm gonna have to put some time into this. I would have actually put some time into it before, but I didn't think about how I'm going to be busy this weekend and won't have time to play. Well, I'll have time to play. I won't have time to record, is what the deal is. So, yeah, kind of hard to record when you've got your nieces and nephews over to watch a marathon of Gotham for 2 straight days. That's my plan for this weekend. So, click like if you like, subscribe, be sure and catch the next one, and I will talk to you later.